Hi, my name is Bandit. I'm a D-class iRacer in iRacing. And in this video, I'm going to show you my journey trying to get into Class C in sports car racing. So let's see how I do in GT4. So we're going to hop into our first qualifying session. My first impression of the GT4 is that they are quite easy to drive, and I would say they are fairly forgiving, especially for midfielders like me. That's what I thought before I forgot that the tires were cold and I'm gonna slightly touch the ball. But that's okay. Only just the warm up lap. I still have two more laps to do my best lap. And I would say that GT4 is a really fun platform for midfielders like me to learn to how to properly trail brake and to control the rear of the car. And towards the final session of the qualifying, I'm gonna get 10th position with a 1 minute 52, which I'll say is not bad, especially for midfielders like me. So let's hop into our first lap of the race, and I would say that this is definitely not a very decent start, as I'm gonna get overtaken by two different Porsches, but that's okay, because right on the next corner I'm gonna get crashed and got sandwiched by three cars, forced me onto the track off the tracks, which is really disappointing. As you can see from here, green Porsches tried to overtake me but failed. I got a better exit, but I crashed into the cars in front and also the cars on my left. And let's see from another Porsche. So this is a Porsche in front of me, tries to overtake the other Porsche, but because of both of them spin, and unfortunately I hit his rear, and which caused me a DNF. And this also results me in staying inside the pit for around 2 minutes, which caused me to lose a lot of position and a lot of time behind the leader, and which is something I cannot control, but that's okay because that's all part of the race, I guess. You know, racing is not just about, I think it's not just about overtaking as many people as you can. I think it's also about staying as consistent as you can throughout the whole race and make as minimum mistake as possible. And I'll say that in a GT4, it's actually quite easy to do that compared to GT3, because as long as you don't over push the tires, the GT4 is going to be quite stable and quite easy to control. And compared to GT3, because GT4 they are a bit more underpower, and their brakes is much more forgiving. I could push like 90 or 100 and it will lock up. It will definitely lock up, but it's not quite punishing compared to the GT3. So it's a very good beginner car for them to hop along before trying the GT3. And in this race, I would say that there's actually not much I can do about it besides just going round and round, laps after laps, just chasing no one in front, because I already lost so much time due to the incidents earlier in the race, and the 2 minutes inside the pit has actually cost me quite a lot. So I would say that this is actually quite a boring race for me, except for the chaos at the start, and but it's a really good chance for me to just work on my consistency and just keep setting the faster and faster lap with the tires grip getting lesser and lesser. And by the end of the race, I will get 26th position, which I would say it's quite unsurprising, because I already expect this is what will happen if I crash in the first lap. And after the race, I actually get promoted to the 24th place, which I wouldn't say it's a good thing or a bad thing, but still okay. And let's hop into our next race. And this race is actually quite successful, I would say, because although I didn't manage to get a win or podium, but at least I finished without getting a DNF. And let's hop into our formation lap. So while I was waiting quite peacefully, the cars behind me, but the Porsches jump start but managed to brake in time. But the McLaren, he didn't, unfortunately. So let's see from his perspective. You can see the green Porsche beside him. He jump starts, I think probably due to his own error, and but he managed to brake in time. But the McLaren, maybe he thought that the packs already start moving because the Porsche starts moving, so he just ran into my rear, and didn't manage to brake in time. And as you can see, while we are trying to hit out our tire, then there he is again, almost hitting my rear again, which caused me to get very worried while I was hitting up my tires. As you can see at the first lap, that's the McLaren again, getting really, really impatient when the lights haven't even turned green yet. And here is the green, and off we go. And in this start, I would say it's not bad because I managed to keep up with the cars in front, especially the red Porsche. We were getting quite close, and I braked a bit earlier because I was quite scared and traumatized from the earlier race experience, and get a really good exit. Still keeps up with the car in front. The last sector of the track, and it was here that I got my first 4 incident points because of the yellow McLaren. And at that time, I couldn't understand why, because from my cockpit view, I saw that I already dodged it, but somehow it still counts me as I hit it. And and now let's watch back the replay in slow motion. As you can see that I didn't really touch it, it was just net code, and I got the 4 incident points. And there's a pink McLaren again, hitting the yellow McLaren even harder. As you can see from here, close up. Didn't really touch it, but somehow the net code just feels like letting me touch it, and yeah, I think it's just pure unlucky, I guess. And hopping to the next lap. In this lap, I can get a better exit, which gives me a chance to overtake that Porsche. And honestly, I thought I have it at that time because the Porsche is starting pulling me off from me, and but I lose the position again because I didn't try to defend the green Falcon Porsche. As you can see from another perspective, the green Falcon Porsche got a slipstream, got the draft, and just went in. And it's actually quite a clean and very nice overtake, I would say. And for the following like next few laps, I was just trying to keep up with the Porsche. As you can see from here, I get a much better exit, and now it's a test for who can brake the most late. And obviously it was the green Porsche, which I didn't have the chance to overtake him. And yep, the BMW behind me is starting to getting closer and closer, which I didn't notice at that time because my eyes were all on the Porsches. So I forgot to overtake in this corner, which I lose the position to the BMW. But it's one thing about racing, which is that as long as you get overtake a lot of time, you will learn a lot more. As you can see, that there's the BMW using his invincibility club, and obviously I got a free position because of that. I think he got disconnect because of packet issue or whatever. So I got the one place closer, I guess. And then for the next last few laps, it was just me trying to being more consistent and just trying to keep up with the Porsche in front. Hope that I can get into the draft and just getting closer and closer. But obviously, he has a much better pace than me, so that's not going to work out for this race. But that's okay as long as I just stay as consistent as possible. I can maintain my current race position. And coming to the end of the race, I am going to get a 9 play finish, which is, I would say, is a very decent finish compared to the last race. And I managed to get into 3.49 safety rating, which is so far and so close to Class C. Yes, I have to wait until the next race again.